Hey, this is Hans-Peder from Hans-Peder Lifestyle. Today I want to talk about one unconventional technique that can really improve your life and your happiness and the way you act in the world. And it's pretty unusual technique, I suppose, and it's not something that really gets talked about a lot if you don't read a lot of books, at least. And it's a technique that I've discovered from two places. The Four Agreements, which is a really good book that you should read, and it's kind of like a little spiritual and about like Indian, like old ancient philosophies and waves of spirituality and stuff like that, but boiled down to really basic, simple, practical four techniques agreements. And it's not as hippie wishy as you think it is when you actually read it, and it's a very well known book. And other places from like ancient Greek, from the Stoics, which you've probably heard about. Maybe I've talked about them before. You know, the idea of you are in control of your life and nothing outside of you really matters. It's only what's on the inside. That kind of philosophy. And the basic technique is this: you have to think about and acknowledge that you're going to die. I know it's such a lovely topic and it's really cheerful, but it's really, really strong because I'm sure everyone here knows the cliche of, the 40 to 50-year-old man who goes through a life crisis like, oh God, I'm gonna die, I've wasted my whole life, I haven't done anything. And of course, the tragedy in that is that it's first when they're like 40 to 50, they discover, oh God, my life doesn't have any meaning, I haven't achieved anything, all that sort of stuff. And you just feel like, they've been a sheep their whole life, going with the herd, not really doing anything, not leaving behind a legacy, not achieving their potential. And it's basically by doing this technique, you basically avoid that. And you get some pretty, if you do it right, some fairly good, what do you call it? Um, Effects, I suppose. And so the way it basically works is, of course, and it's not a depressing topic at all, actually. You just have to think that, okay, my time is limited. I don't have infinite time. And when we just go around on a daily basis, we basically just assume like, oh, everything is going to be as it is right now, I'm gonna live, I suppose. And we don't really think about the future. We don't acknowledge that at some point we're going to die, simply. We're gonna run out of time. But by acknowledging this and actually thinking about it, you begin to gain perspective. And you begin to acknowledge like, oh, alright, maybe I shouldn't watch Netflix for 5 hours a day because I'm actually wasting the most valuable resource in existence. Time. You can always get money back, but you can't get time back. And this technique of actually acknowledging and thinking about your own mortality kind of reinforces that. Because so many of us, procrastinate, and I'm guilty of this too. I'm no superhero or something like that. I acknowledge it too. I also procrastinate. But by thinking about this, it kind of lights a fire in our ass, and we think like, okay, all right, I've done things this way for, I don't know, 10 years or something. Is it really serving me? Am I really achieving what I want to achieve before I die? And if the answer is no, then congratulations, you have some action to do and some things you have to achieve. And again, I want to state this really clearly. This is not a depressing technique and it's not a sad or scary technique. It's actually the polar opposite. Because by acknowledging that your time is limited, you have to be grateful and you have to be really aware of the time you have and you have to use it wisely. You have to use the time you have to, be happy, spend time with your loved ones, doing the things that are most important to you. And funnily enough, when you focus on and spend your most time on the things that are important to you, like achieving your goals, leaving a legacy, being with your loved ones, doing a difference, that's going to make you more happy than if you procrastinate or waste 40 years of your life working on something you really don't care about. So it's not so much of like a depressing topic as much as it is a reminder that you really have to achieve what you want in life, and you have limited time to do so. You have to start now, my friend. Even if it's scary, even if you don't think you can, because you don't have unlimited time. And practically, how you want to, do this is, I would say, make it a habit. And I don't think you have to ponder about death and yourself and time every day, but at least like some time. I think it's very personal how much you really want to do it. But like from once a day to once a week, anything from in between that is really good way, especially if you're really in a rut and don't know what to do with life and you feel stuck and things like that. Then I think it's really, really important to do. So yeah, just like, and the way you do it is pretty simple. Just think about, oh, all right, like, what have I achieved and what do I want to achieve? How do I want my history and my world to be when I'm on my deathbed? When I'm gone, what would I want to achieve, and what people would have want to have met, and in what ways would I have served people if I were at my deathbed, looking back on my whole life, what would I have achieved? And that's really motivating and in a way to really gain perspective of your life. So yeah, this was Hans-Peder from Hans-Peder Lifestyle, and I really recommend you try to use this technique, even if you don't want to make it a habit. At least actually try to do this, because it's way better than waking up for 30 years from now surprised that you haven't done anything with your life. So yeah, stay strong. Bye.